after that. Let's bring up the numbers. It's important to keep in context, Sugata. You said you're feeling more optimistic than even the BJP's leader. But if you look at the numbers of the last time and the vote share, it was a clear sweep by the DMK and the Congress, right? Whether you look in the, even if you look at it through terms of vote shares, right? As those numbers come up, Sugata, what do you think has changed? What has happened? Where has been this shift?
So, Barkha, I'm very, very cautious. I'm not sort of saying that the BJP will get more numbers in terms of seats, but certainly they'll improve their vote share and it may be even double digits. That is the kind of feeling that one gets. That is because a lot of effort has gone in, and the alliances that have been built up or has got finally arranged is interestingly going to split the votes for the DMK, and DMK is saturated. Last time they completely swept, and this time I don't think that repeat is going to be possible. It's the same argument applies for the BJP in Karnataka, where they swept the whole thing last 2019, and they may not be able to repeat that performance. And and the Stalin government is 3 or 4 years old, 3 years old now. So Modi's approach, I do agree with what Mohan says. See, Nirmala Sitharaman could have been a little more generous when the floods happened. When people were asking for support, she was asking for accounts. So those arguments went completely against the BJP. And their governor has been one of the biggest roadblocks. He has just generated negative sentiment among the electorate. And Annamalai himself could have been a little more cautious when he speaks about the AIDMK. But I personally feel that moving away from the AIDMK has benefited the BJP rather than affecting it. So I'm not betting on the numbers or the number of seats, but I'm pretty sure that the vote share is going to go up significantly.
I want to play out Vijay Vasant, little snippet. You can catch the full interviews on our platform later. This is the sitting incumbent member of parliament. His father died. There was a by-election. He then won on a huge sympathy wave. He believes he can win Kanyakumari again. But let's see what happens. Pon Radhakrishnan, a veteran of the BJP, whom we just heard from, is up against him. Take a look, and I'll come back to the panel for concluding comments right after that. Vijay Vasant, how hopeful are you of winning the seat this time, given that the Prime Minister, the Home Minister are invested personally this time in trying to ensure a win for the BJP in Kanyakumari?
Though the Prime Minister or the Home Minister, the visits, even our Tamil Nadu leader Annamalai also had a Padayatra here. But the people in Kanyakumari are very clear, and they made their mind that they need a change. Because here we need a secular, they believe in secularism, and here our alliance is also very strong. But I'd like to say correctly, this Kanyakumari is the only constituency where the national party's battle is bigger than the regional party. So the expectation is more. And, but this time it is very clear that winning chances for us is very high because the alliance is also very strong. Anti-Modi wave is also very strong. And
you're calling it an anti-Modi wave. I was going to ask you about the Modi factor. Aren't you scared of the Modi factor? Because you're not just fighting Pon Radhakrishnan, you're fighting the Prime Minister.
No, I wouldn't say we're fighting the Prime Minister or Pon Radhakrishnan. We would say we're fighting against the BJP here in Kanyakumari. So we are very clear on what we want to do, as I said earlier. Here we have, because we wanted to divide and rule. Here we wanted to have a secure thing. BJP's mostly the BJP's intention is to divide and rule, but our intention is to unite everyone.
Okay, let's get final comments there. I'll start with you, Srikanth, Karunesh. Very quickly, Mr. Vijay Vasant thinks there's an anti-Modi wave. I don't know whether anyone will agree with that. I think the Modi factor is certainly complicating things, but the one nation, one poll promise in the manifesto, extreme centralization. Doesn't this disturb the kind of strong federal identity, regional identity in many of the southern states? That's something to think about.
No, I think he's totally wrong, because in Tamil we say when the cat is closing its eyes, the world becomes dark. So it is. I want to tell that phrase here. He's closing his eyes, so he feels darkness around. So it is not the case, because see, I want to say very practical views on the present scenario. Modi ji is getting a wonderful response here. It was unlike the case of 2014 and 19. I'm telling you, Modi ji is a talking point here. He's a hero here, and it's not by one meeting he has done it. Slowly, he has penetrated in the hearts of the people by conducting this Kashi Tamil Sangamam. What he was telling, that has taken us to a very great mileage. I was a part and parcel of that event. And Gujarat mein ye so much, that Gujarat Tamil Sangamam, and after that plenty of other things for Tamil he has done it. So those things have given some acceptability. Okay, ye apna aadmi hai. People started thinking that, and he said, I'm a Tamilian and I want to talk in Tamil, and the phrases what he uses, that's a big hit here. So yesterday also when he was talking in the meeting, so he was drawing a lot of responses. So I tell you, the Modi factor is the biggest factor for us. Then comes Annamalai factor, because he has proven a role of anti-corruption and he has released a lot of videos and everything. So now people are very much very clear, and they want to support BJP for two reasons. One is for anti-corruption and the Annamalai's efforts for corruption-free government. Second is for Modi ji's development. For these two aspects, people are welcoming us.
Okay, Mohan, how can you deny that? The Modi factor is the main factor. That's the shift. It's what Sugata says, political, yes, but also civilizational and culture. All of the sort of outreach that the Prime Minister has made through the prism, not just of politics, but also of culture. It can't be denied. You can't deny the Modi factor. Mohan?
No, I can't. No, I'm sorry, I can't. I absolutely agree with you, Barkha, but let me put it a different way. If he's a factor, he's a multiplier in the north and he's a divider in the south. So in any point, he is a factor. It's not that he's not a talking point. I mean, nobody cannot be a talking point when they've done as many roadshows and campaigns, etc. as he have. But it's in the negative. It isn't adding to the list, the likes of Pon Radhakrishnan. Interestingly, and here's a point which I think has stayed the same. In 19, I was campaigning for Vijay's father. I was actually camped out in Kanyakumari for 25 days. And we were worried about that election because Pon Radhakrishnan was a very, very popular local face and had a very good reputation. And you know how we tried to run that election? We tried to make it a Modi versus Rahul election. That was actually helping us in Kanyakumari, rather than having a direct fight between Pon Radhakrishnan and at that point, Vijay's father was Vasant Kumar. So that tells you that's the story. The story hasn't changed much. Maybe I'll give it to my friend from the BJP that maybe his acceptability has gone up, but there's just such a long way to go to become competitive in acceptability, right? You know how they say brand awareness, first there's, the breadth of the awareness and the depth of the awareness, then you get to favorability of ratings. He's not even there yet. I guess maybe they're just going to depth of awareness and then they'll get to favorability, but that's not in this election.